Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to another exciting episode of In My Element with Neela. And I'm your co-host, Turk Randall Ray. And today we're going to have Alicia Priester and a special guest, Miss Andrina Sonola Johnson. And we'll be talking about sarcoidosis this morning, autoimmune disease, but I don't really know a whole lot about it. But they'll be breaking it down for us today, so we'll have some type of understanding about what the disease is, what it does, how it attacks the body, and all of these types of things. And then we're going to let them talk about some personal experiences. I'm going to try to keep it to maybe 5 or 6 minutes intervals, so it'll give you the people in the chats a chance to shoot a couple of questions at the panel this morning. And this should be a pretty good show. I'm very interested in finding this out because we need to know. All right. I'm trying to wait for Alicia Priester to come in so that we can get this started. So, morning, Ama, Bonnie, all our elementals this morning. Here's Alicia. She's chiming in now. I don't know why she's in the chat and not coming in into the green room, but I guess she'll come in a few. So I'm going to bring on Miss Adrina right now so we can get the show rolling this morning, because I know Lee's probably being shy this morning, but she'll be on. Hey, Bonnie, how you this morning? Grand risings to everybody. So without further ado, I'm going to bring on Miss Andrina Sonola Johnson. I'm going to bring her out of the green room.
Hey, Randall.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure. We've been trying to get you on for a minute. Lee's been trying to catch you. Yeah.
Yeah. So
can we talk about your movie too today?
Yeah, of course.
All right.
I wanted something you said in the beginning. You called sarcoidosis an autoimmune disease. It is actually not an autoimmune disease. It's an inflammatory disease, like cancer and other like inflammatory diseases. It was once considered an autoimmune disease, but recent advances let us know that's actually an inflammatory.
Oh, okay. I see. I'm learning something already. Straight off the top, ladies and gentlemen.
Alicia.
And I just brought in Alicia. So
good morning.
This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna back myself out, and I'm gonna let you two ladies have the floor, and then I'll check the chats and then I'll chime back in. But I'm gonna just let the pretty faces be on there this morning.
Okay. Smart man. Yeah. So I just want to say something like today. I just want to let you know a little bit more about me, because you kind of define yourself by your sickness sometimes. So it's good to let other people know different parts about you. So let's start with you, Alicia. Like, besides living with sarcoidosis, who is Alicia?
I am, of course, a mother of four. They're all grown. Got just my grandson, one grandson, he just turned a year old
Oh, little one.
last week. Yeah. And my diagnosis, it took a while for me to get it. We didn't know what was going on. I was in and out of the hospital. I started getting really sick in 2010 is when I started getting really sick. And just like I said, in and out of the hospital, and couldn't figure out what was wrong. And knew that it had something to do with my lungs, but that's about as far as they could get. And fast forward, 2013, the doctor said to me, he had been telling me I needed to come off my job. And 2013, after a little over a month in the hospital, he looked at me, sat on the edge of bed, and he said, "It's either your life or your job." And he left me with that. And I still didn't have an answer. Didn't know what was going on. I said, okay, well, let me give them 2 weeks notice. In the back of my mind, I was thinking, no, I'm not going to quit. I'm going to go back. But those 2 weeks that I stayed there, I was sick. And you and I talked about, I worked on base in Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. And there's a lot of stuff going on there with the water system being contaminated, gas leaks in the buildings, all kind of stuff. So I think that may have a lot to do with it. I'm not sure. But anyway, fast forward again, 2015, I did come off the job. 2015, a trip to the emergency room is where I got my diagnosis. The doctor came in, when I got there, the nurse said, "I don't know how you're standing. I can't believe you hadn't passed out because your lungs are so tight." And when I tell you, I was whistling. You could hear, I was whistling. And she said, "We're going to do an x-ray." And the doctor came in and she said, "Your x-ray does not look right. We're going to do a CT scan." CT scan happened. She came in and she said, "You have sarcoidosis." I said, "I have what?" She said, "Sarcoidosis." And she began to try to explain it. Unfortunately, the doctors here, they will tell you they don't know anything about it. They're still doing a lot of research. So yeah, that's my story as far as having the disease. And it's been an uphill battle since then, up and down. I think when you and I talked, and we don't have any doctors here at all where I am that know anything about disease. So what they do is they send you to a pulmonologist to treat you as if you have asthma. That's basically the treatment I've been getting.
So let's kind of talk about what sarcoidosis is. You know, people tuning in, they might not have any idea. So it's kind of like the formation of what they call granulomas or lesions within any organ of your body. The most common affected areas are like the lungs, the eyes, the skin. Those are the top three. And it is it is in America, it is found in African American women, but it can affect anybody. It just seems to affect African Americans in higher numbers and be more severe. So it affects African American women 3 times more than any other population within the U.S. Now, if you look at worldwide, I think Scandinavians, Puerto Ricans, and Irish are also up there. So it's basically, I have neurosarcoidosis, which means it affects, like, I get lesions in my brain and in my spinal cord, and oh goodness, it's terrible. But that's kind of a rare form of it. And it's very similar to MS, if you want to kind of compare it to something. But if you have any questions about it, just let me know. But like I was saying, a lot of times when it's often a disabling disease, even though statistically, a lot of people go into remission, but there's 25% of us who are just like chronically dealing with this stuff. So, and that kind of reminds me about being disabled and identifying who you are outside of your disability.
Right.
Even though I'm disabled, and I have been living with neurosarcoidosis for like almost 11 years, 12 years now. Anyways, but I haven't let that stop me from pursuing my interests, my goals in my life. I am an artist, a filmmaker, and I've been able to do all of that despite being chronically ill. And I just want to reiterate, like, do not let this disease, if you have sarcoidosis or any other illness,
Right.
diabetes, disease, don't let that become your identity. You're still you, you still have value, and there's so much you can do with your life.
That's been my thing too. I get a lot of when I first got the diagnosis, people were reading in there saying, "Oh, well, we hear that people with sarcoidosis don't really have any issues. It's just there." That was the first thing I got. And then I get, "Well, you don't look sick."
That's meant to be a compliment.
I suppose. Okay. So I said, well, I get up in the morning, I do my face and get dressed, and I keep trucking. I got my business, Divine Designs by Alicia. I do my jewelry. When I'm feeling the worst is when I get up and work the hardest. Now, there are days when I realize that I need to listen to my body and just rest, which is hard for me. REST is a difficult thing when it comes to me because I have to keep going. I have to, but I'm learning to listen to my body. And I tell people I don't have sarcoidosis. I like to say it's my diagnosis because I will not let it stop me. Like you and I like to say also it picked on the wrong chick. So yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. Yeah.
Excuse me. I just wanted to interject for a second. I got a question for Alicia. If your body tells you to sit down, why do you have to do it? What's the motivation from making you do something if your body tells you should sit down?
I don't know how to answer that question.
Why does she keep going when she needs to sit down? Is that what you're saying?
Is that what you're
I mean, if your body is telling you to rest and you know you need it, why would you keep pushing? It wouldn't. That's like putting extra added pressure on your body. Is that like putting extra added pressure on your body, or does it when you force yourself to keep going? Does it make your body kick back into the right mode that you wanted to, how you wanted to feel? I'm trying to understand it.
That's why I said I'm learning. That's why I said I did say I'm learning, because I think part of me, when I first got sick, and so sarcoidosis has affected my esophagus as well, and it closes up and I can't eat. And I had gotten really sick because I wasn't able to eat, and I felt like I was being so lazy because I was so weak. My kids had to get up in the morning. They'd help me get up in the morning. They'd make my bed up. My mom helped me get dressed. She had to fix my food, and it made me feel like I was being lazy. And I think that was part of it, like laying around during the daytime, because I don't like laying around in the daytime. I don't. So once they dilated my esophagus, opened it back up, and I started eating, and I, got my strength back. And I think part of me was just like, okay, you got to push yourself because I will not be lazy. And that's how I felt. But I'm learning that it's all about listening to your body. And if your body says you need to rest, then you need to rest. If that answers your question.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Oh, and we just have a surprise visit from the owner of the show.
Good morning, everybody.
Adams,
good morning.
My friend.
Sorry to intrude. I do have a little time, so I said let me join you guys this morning. Good morning, Andrina. How are you? And Alicia, good morning.
Hey,
Hey, good
Rochelle,
morning,
Donetta,
everybody.
Frugal Mama, Amma, everybody on the show this morning.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, good morning. You all look bright and fresh this morning. Thank God. Look at you. Look at you.
Yeah,
Look
you
at
know how
you.
you always say, you always hear people say, I don't look like what I've been through.
That's
Don't
it.
either, like, just like Lee said, the people say, well, you don't look like you sick. Because both of y'all look great.
Yeah,
You
we
look
don't
great.
wake up
You look
like this.
fabulous.
Yeah. Would you say y'all didn't wake up like that, huh?
I don't either.
No,
Well, I ain't gonna lie. Wait, I ain't gonna lie. Yes, I did. No, just no, just kidding.
she got it like that.
Ladies, thank you so much for joining us this morning on behalf of Women's History Month, as well as coming into sarcoidosis, recognition of sarcoidosis, and just getting informed about it. And a lot of people actually are walking around and living with autoimmune diseases and don't even know they have them.
Check this out, T. It's not an autoimmune disease. I learned that this morning.
Now, that was my first time hearing that, because that's the first thing I was told, is that it was an autoimmune.
Yeah, it was once considered an autoimmune disease, but now it's known as an inflammatory disease,
Wow.
like cancer.
Really?
And I'm trying to look at other inflammatory diseases, but it's an inflammatory, not an autoimmune. Because an autoimmune would be your body responding to itself, and it's believed that sarcoidosis is a response to something external, like an environmental factor. So it's not like your body producing it, it's something external. So it's an inflammatory
like
response.
bad water and gas in the building.
Yeah, we had that
They
conversation.
They haven't deciphered what it is exactly, but it could easily be something like that. And there's a lot of people in the military who do develop sarcoidosis, unfortunately.
So the reason I think so is because when they did the biopsy, they go in and they biopsy your lymph nodes. And the doctor said to me, your lymph nodes are so huge, you had to have had this disease for a very long time. Going back, I'm a military brat. So we lived on base and we lived on Toward Terrace, Catlin, North Carolina. And still today, there's a lot of ongoing stuff with the water being contaminated. We just received a letter in the mail, and I had to make a phone call so they can send me a packet to do some study to see what's going on with me. And they asked me to contact my brother because he has issues with his lungs as well. And he lives in Hawaii. So because we lived on Toward Terrace and drank the water, my dad had it as well. And he had to get out of the military because he had sarcoidosis. So,
I started experiencing my symptoms after going to Hawaii.
Really?
So I don't know.
So it's exposure.
So you're saying it's something,
they don't know what it is.
And then there was a theory that volcanic ash may be, what causes the inflammatory response in certain people. And I did go to a black sand beach, and the reason the sand is black is because it's volcano ash. So,
but check this out: volcanic ash purifies. I know that's not what has done it, because
I know they make soap and stuff like that, but if you breathe it, it's different.
Oh yeah, now if you're breathing it has sulfur in the ash, and a lot of different chemical compounds. But once if it's the ash itself, the ash itself is so pure, and it's actually used to put in your body, and it absorbs everything that's considered impurities, parasites, as it goes through your intestinal tract and through your colon.
Yeah, charcoal and it's also does the same thing. But
yes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of the things that I used to take to clean my body. When I used to use drugs, if I wanted to pass a drug test, I would go and get this stuff called Sony 7, and it was hydrolyzed water and volcanic ash. And you take a tablespoon for each 50 pounds of body weight and drink about 3 gallons of water, and then it'll have your system so clear. If you drink a lot of water, your urine will be clear and it'll be clean so that you can pass a drug test. And
Well, I'm not really sure about the science of it, but it was one of the, environmental factors that they were considering that might lead to the development
I
of
know if you
sarcoidosis.
breathe
Now,
in
you
that
do
ash
have
when
to
that
be
thing erupts, or if it's
genetically
in the atmosphere, woo,
in the
that's
atmosphere.
almost certain
Mhm.
death.
How long were you in Hawaii?
Less than a week, maybe 4 days.
Okay. I was there for almost 4 years, close to 4 years. I lived there. So
Have you
I don't
all
know.
reached
I'm
out
also a
to
military
other,
brat
have
too,
you,
though.
oh wow, have you all reached out
Mhm.
to other, to the sarcoidosis group or um,
Community.
the community to see who
Foundation.
all were, no, who all had lived in Hawaii and didn't have it prior to going there and then have contracted it afterwards,
and that's
to
my first
see
time
if
hearing
the
this. So that's
to
interesting.
see if the
That's
grounds
an
or
excellent
something.
question.
Because I'm a part of a,
That's a good
community.
thing to investigate.
Yeah, I'm a part
Yeah,
of
it is.
a community on Facebook, Sarcoidosis Women, and that's a good question. I think I'll put that out there to see, just to see. That's
I
interesting.
And
will
see how many
I
people
will
are
say
military
this:
brats.
that too. Most cases of sarcoidosis in the U.S. though are in the South and Southeast. So
Wow.
we all have
But
ties to that
that
area
doesn't mean
too.
that they hadn't been to Hawaii prior to contracting sarcoidosis
True that.
or
Lee
finding out
contracted
or
it
getting.
before she went to Hawaii, though.
No, it was after when I
Oh,
got
it
the
was after?
it was after, but he said I'd had it for a long time, but it also it affects my muscles, and my legs hurt so bad. And I remember when I was young, they would hurt really bad to the point where I would take my fists and pound them, and my mom would massage, and we went to the doctor back then and they didn't know what was causing it. So I don't know if I had it way back when and then it went into remission and then came back, but it was after coming back from Hawaii when I actually, now thinking back, when I started getting sick, because I was telling you, Andrina, I went to the emergency room and I couldn't breathe, and they said you have asthma. This was in 94, I think. And I told the doctors I do not have asthma. I've never had asthma. And the doctor said, yeah, you do. So fast forward, then when I told the doctor that, he says, well, sarcoidosis will mimic other illnesses.
Wow.
So
Yeah. Even my doctor, I was talking to him. He's also on the documentary that I'm creating. He was saying that when the students are doing their prep for their test, and they say, certain symptoms, and they're supposed to, figure out the diagnosis off the symptoms. Pretty much any symptom you name off, you can say sarcoidosis, because it mimics virtually every other disease. And,
Wow.
because it can affect any organ or multiple organs, pretty much any symptom can be a sarcoidosis symptom.
yeah.
Wow, interesting.
Very.
Interesting. That is really,
Mhm.
really
And it's
interesting.
really important, if you have sarcoidosis. I'm not a medical professional or anything. I'm just I researched my illness, after being diagnosed with a weird disease that I didn't know the name of. I really just went into investigate, like investigate. I can't think of the word, but I just started investigating. Okay. And I had to find out for myself, because a lot of doctors don't even know. And you have to know when your doctors are misinformed, even, like, they might
Right.
be outdated on their information. So
Yeah,
the
because a
doctors,
lot of them
aren't
don't go
always
in for
right.
those EDU, yeah, CPUs. I mean, they don't go in for
Yeah,
that.
the
A lot of them
continued
don't.
education. Mm,
Yeah.
yeah, especially on
Wow.
sarcoidosis, because it's
Unreal.
not something they see as often.
Right.
Yeah. So
Wow. That's
if I could talk a little bit about the documentary.
Please
Sure.
do. Yes.
Please.
So what? Thank you. So it started off like, I'm a filmmaker. I had got diagnosed with sarcoidosis months after I had moved to LA in my, aspiration of becoming an actress and a filmmaker, and furthering my career. And then, like I said, I went on that trip to Hawaii, came back within months. I couldn't walk. And for a long time, I thought like, well, now I'm not going to be able to work in the profession. And I, started working normal jobs, but I never gave up something. And in 2017, I realized it had been a while since I made a film or acted. So I'm like, I got to do something. And I felt moved to make a documentary about sarcoidosis. And I had no money and no camera, no equipment. So I kind of just reached out to people on Facebook in these sarcoidosis support groups. And I had them record themselves doing an interview. And then I edited the footage together, created what was a 10-minute mini documentary that was entitled Surviving Sarcoidosis. And it was released in 2019. It was a no budget production. And like I said, like 10, 11 minutes long. And the response was so positive about this little project that's still available now, like currently on Amazon Prime. And we have like really great reviews that inspired me to go further and create a feature-length documentary. And once again, no budget. So I started a crowdfunding campaign. And we have been blessed to produce this feature-length documentary solely on the donations, many of which are from people within the sarcoidosis community. And it's led by me, I direct it, and I feel like it's very much a group project. Like with that, it's something the sarcoidosis community came together and created, and we're actually we're planning the premiere of the documentary, which is entitled Project Purple Mission Sarcoidosis Awareness, to be held in Hollywood, California next month. So,
Yay.
little, if you're not afraid to
Awesome.
work, the right support team, you can get it done. If you're interested, on March 15th, the available tickets that we have remaining will be accessible to the public. And you can information on Facebook if you get Sarcoid, which is spelled Sarcoid, Sarcoid Awareness Film. This at Sarcoid Awareness Film. And if you have to help us with the film festival tour and the future distribution of the film, you could go to sarcoidawarenessfilm.info. And if you'd like to give, or just follow online on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, you'll find links to all of that at purple.com.
That's,
Yeah.
say it again. Sarcoid.
Now, what is it called? What is it called again? Sarcoid.
Mr. Draper?
Project Purple.
Okay. She froze.
Sarcoid Project, not sarcoidosis, but
What is what called?
sarcoid
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
project. Sarcoid Project.
Yes,
What is
Sarcoid
it?
Awareness Film is our handle. The name of the film is Project Purple.
Okay, hold on.
Mission Sarcoidosis Awareness.
Okay, hold on, wait. I'm trying to get everything you're saying, but you're moving a little too slow, or either you're going fast.
Just breaking up.
Keep up.
Just breaking up.
Right. So once again, tell me, what is it that you just said, Adrena? How can they find you?
The documentary. It's Project Purple for short.
Project Purple.
Project Purple.
Mm-hmm.
And purple is the
and
color.
then it's about
Yeah.
sarcoid
I'm
film.
sorry.
You said sarcoid film.
Sarcoid awareness film. Sarcoid
Can they find you just through
awareness
project?
film.
Is somebody using, I'm sorry to cut you off. Is somebody using two different items to have one open and listening to another? Because if you are, that's the delay in it. I can hear something else going on in the background. So if you guys have anything else playing, can you shut it off? Or if you have another, like if you have your phone on with
I'm
your
gonna put it
iPad,
in the chat.
can you? Yeah. And also, if you have your another YouTube page open, please close it, because that's the delay. It's really a bad delay.
Yeah. It's almost like you freeze for a couple of seconds.
Yeah, but if you have
Morning,
something open,
Donetta, Kimberly Mixon Dixon, Daybreak. Thanks for joining us.
okay.
Okay.
Right. Good morning, everybody. Alma, you all, Kimberly, Danetta, all of you all, Rochelle, everybody. Good morning. Wellness with Frugal, Lisa. Busy Mama, Edith, Bonnie, all of you all. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. We really appreciate you joining us. Share and spread the word.
Hit that thumbs up.
Yep, hit the thumbs up and share this for us to your network, because there's someone that probably needs to hear this when it comes to the sarcoidosis that's going on. And it, like she said, it is not an autoimmune like we all thought. It is actually an inflammation issue. So it's interesting. That's very interesting to me to hear that.
Morning, Busy Mama. Yep. Now this your film. Did you say that was on Amazon
A
Prime?
direct link to our Facebook page.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, the short film that we created, it's on Amazon Prime, and eventually the feature film will be available on a streaming platform as well too.
Okay.
Yeah, she's breaking up.
Yep, I don't know. We've got a delay and she's freezing in the picture too.
Is it okay right now?
Can you go back out and then let me bring you back in?
Yeah.
Are you on your phone or on a computer? It was really bad.
Yeah, real bad.
And so it's definitely on her end because
we're not having a problem.
no, I'm seeing all y'all and I'm hearing you in real time.
So I need to wipe her camera off because you look clouded. Don't you drift away.
Clouded.
Slevin's Kitchen. Hello. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Rosalind. Good morning. Good morning. Yes. Okay. She says she loves the purple.
Huh? Actually,
purple loves the purple.
Purple is sarcoidosis color. And the butterfly is the
symbol.
Yeah, because it affects people so many different ways, and the butterfly is so many different colors. And we're also called snowflakes because there's no two snowflakes that are exactly alike. So yeah. Which is why I wear a lot of purple.
Do me a favor. Call Miss Adrena or text her and tell her to come back on the same link that she came off of.
Okay.
Baby Mama said, wow, learning a lot of stuff. It's amazing all the things that a lot of people take for granted. believe it or not.
Here she comes. Okay. I don't know. There we go.
All right. So hopefully that's better.
Okay.
Let's see. Yeah.
Say something.
Hello.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah,
how you doing?
Good.
Yeah, you sound much better. You still moving a little slow.
yeah, it is like a little robotic, but at least we can understand what you're saying fully now.
Okay. So
Take it away,
the
Miss
name
Adrena.
of the film. What's that?
Oh, nothing. We're on such a delay. When I say something, the reaction is late. So I'm gonna just let you talk. I'm gonna just keep quiet.
Yeah, I was gonna say sometimes we just need to pause ourselves and let them talk because we're gonna break it up and it's gonna
Yeah.
break up the conversation. And unfortunately, it does that when one talks and another talks at the same time, especially if there's hesitation in the communication. So yeah, go ahead, sister, knock yourself out.
All right. Thank you. So again, the documentary, it's going to be screened in Hollywood. The documentary itself is entitled Project Purple Mission Sarcoidosis Awareness. If you would like to find us on social media, I'll put the link right now. Hopefully it's still copy and pasted, but if you Google sarcoid awareness film, you'll see a way to follow us on social media, or you could go to purpledocumentary.com and we'll have links to everything there.
Okay. Yeah, I see you posted everything in the chat. Can everybody see what she posted?
I accidentally put it in there like twice, 3 times.
Yeah.
I got it. It's in the comments now. It's just your chat is private. No one else can see it. So I'm having to copy and paste it in the chat.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got you.
Okay. Thanks for letting me share that.
Definitely.
Okay, it's there.
Awesome. There we go. That. And then I'm going to get the last one that you had.
Well, I just put the Facebook links, but if they share this.
So they say they see the link. She got it. I got it all
if
and
they
got it all
would
in the
like-
comments. It's all in there. And your sarcoid awareness film is spelled differently. I don't know if that's the way it should be spelled. But you do have the link. I think you mistyped it just a little bit. I think the awareness film is what it says. So I think I'll just the awareness film. I'm just gonna delete. I'm gonna delete that comment. And is she gone?
I think so. Yes, she is.
How the hell I blocked myself?
All right. So does anyone in the chats have any questions for the panel this morning? Any questions about sarcoid?
Girl,
Keep
unblock me
having
if
tech
somebody can.
issues over here. I
Yeah,
don't
we
know
are.
what's going on.
It's only her.
I see.
It's only
Okay.
her, Turk.
Yeah.
She's the one that's having the issues. It's the delay on her end. Unfortunately. I blocked myself. Can you unblock me, busy mama? I did it accidentally. The darn thing popped up when I was touching something else and it just, can you unblock me? Because it's telling me I can't even delete this post here, the sarcoid awareness post. I can't delete that. And that's definitely spelled wrong.
Oh yeah, the E is missing.
Yeah. No, it's not missing. It's just misspelled. It's AWARE
In
in, yeah, awareness. It is
okay.
missing. The whole
Yeah.
E is missing.
Yeah.
Aware. Yeah, awareness is, yeah, it's the E is missing in that. So, but it's not in the
Busy
link.
mama say
So
she'll delete it.
all right. And then I just
It looks correct where I'm looking at it. Sarcoid awareness.
well, that is, but the one I put in the other chat isn't.
Yeah, the one she has
Peggy,
on the
when you
banner
came,
right
can
there
you?
is
I
right.
think I blocked myself. Busy. Can you help me with that? I think I
She
blocked
said, "Yeah, you
myself.
got to hold on, T."
I'm blocked. How the hell did I block myself?
Yeah,
I
block
don't know. I
yourself.
don't know. I don't know, child. Don't get me the line, child. Listen. Don't get me the line.
So, Miss Adrena, what state you stay in?
I am in Kentucky.
Oh, in the Bluegrass state. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Blue lips, bluegrass. I did my makeup like this. Today's National Barbie Day, and my Barbie's got the blue lips.
Oh, wow.
Where'd you get your Bobby from?
Walmart.
Really?
I dressed her and I put on my leather jacket.
I
too,
thought
so
it was
we could be
because
twins.
there's a girl, Stacy Lena. She makes Barbies and she'll make one that looks like you. That's why I asked. I thought maybe you
Yeah,
got that.
well, I'm into all that too. I buy and sell Barbies also.
Really?
I was getting ready to say, my granddaughter, my oldest granddaughter collects Barbies. And I bought her 4 dolls that were Barbies that were very expensive. I paid over $500 a piece for them. And they have some that are like 25,000. And that's the ones I try to find in these little garage sales and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yep. But the ones that I
Some
got
of
are
them
they're
little-
actually a collectible in the box, and it has the date that it was made and everything. One of them is a stewardess, a nurse, and they're all from the 60s.
Wow.
Okay. Those are
And then she has
valuable.
the first black ones that came out with the kente cloth, because her mother and her and her father buy them too. I don't remember what year it came out.
It was 1980. It was the first black Barbie doll. Because they just did like a 40-year anniversary thing. But
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have the first black Silkstone doll, but I want that first black
Silkstone?
Yeah, Silkstone.
Yeah, they
never heard of them.
They call them Silkstone. They just have it's a different way that they're made. They're a little bit more expensive, and they kind of have the look of like the first Barbie. You know. So,
and my granddaughter also has some of the Skipper dolls. It's like Barbie's little sister or cousin or something. I don't know, but her name is Skipper.
Skipper, there's Kelly, and I think they made some.
Wow.
Yeah, I had them all, but I had 4 brothers that would snatch the heads off and stuff, so I wasn't able to keep mine.
That was me. My sister had some, and I used to smash the breasts in on them. because I had the GI Joe with the Kung Fu grip, and so all my GI Joes were beating up the Barbie dolls and all of the other action figures and stuff in the house. I got in a lot of trouble for that too.
For beating up the doll.
Yeah,
Can't beat up Barbie.
They
Go
should have
around
took
beating
your
up
GI
Barbie.
Joe.
Busy mama. She said random facts from Randall.
wait a minute, and then she gonna mess with me talking about did I say dow or dow?
Dow.
Like a dow
Like-
ride? Stop it,
Right.
busy mama.
Okay. How do you treat your symptoms? Do you medicate? Are there any that trigger it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Or stress.
So they're saying, how do you treat your symptoms? Do you medicate? Are there any foods that trigger it or stress?
You want to take that one, Andrina?
I know why you don't want to answer that. Yeah, I was getting on to her the other day. She's going through a transition right now.
Yeah, get her,
So
Andrina.
Yeah, I several medications, but one specifically for my sarcoidosis is an infusion that they give me through an IV that I get like every 6 weeks. It's Inflectra. It's similar to Remicade.
What is that?
Pretty much anything that can trigger symptoms. Food, overexertion, travel, stress.
Stress is a big one.
Much anything that can throw your body out of homeostasis.
Hold on, Miss Adrena. You got to break that down for me. What is homeostasis?
Just balance, neutral.
Okay.
She's frozen.
Corinne said she got her Maya Angelou Barbie. Never heard of that one.
Oh yay! Yeah,
I would love that.
That's a good one.
Homeostasis is
They're
balance
making a
in the
Shonda
body.
Rhimes Barbie.
What?
They're making a Shonda Rhimes Barbie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's how bad that sister is.
She is.
Lee got a book for her birthday.
She a Chicago girl.
No, not Shonda Rhimes.
Oh, is she?
What's her name? The girl that did the poem at the inauguration. I have that book. That's the one I got.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's awesome with the yellow coat and red. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
Like, I kept asking my son, do y'all have, because he works at Barnes and Noble. He kept saying, oh, I'll let you know. He was holding me off because he got it for my birthday. So yeah. It's a portrait book.
Oh, cool. That was really nice.
Yeah.
I knew she was gonna go big once Oprah had her.
Yeah.
When Oprah, yeah, I knew. I said, yeah, she's gonna go big now. Yeah, she went big. That poem was awesome.
But back to the.
I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta prepare myself for work. I'm still trying to get my morning going. Get me some coffee so I can stay woke for this next set of trainings.
Yeah, that's it. I'm Amanda Gorman. Thanks, Amma.
Amanda. Yeah. She's such a cutie. Such a heavy sister. Such a very intelligent, talented sister.
Yeah.
I want to ask you all this about the sarcoidosis as so have you noticed that is there a weight gain due to sarcoidosis? Like weight gain that's unheard of because like you're eating certain things but you're gaining this weight, or is there some changes in your weight, or how is it something like that? Does it affect that?
Sarcoidosis itself typically causes weight loss, what causes your body, like it causes weight loss if it's untreated. The problem is the treatment of the disease involves prednisone, which is a corticosteroid. I say that because if I just say steroid, people think like bodybuilder, but this is not the same type of steroid.
Right.
This puts a lot of fat on you and makes you retain water. It makes you irritable. It makes you hungry, like ravenous. You can never get full. If you're on a high dose for a long time, wrecks the body, and it thins your bones. People lose teeth. They develop diabetes. All kind of issues with the high dosage for extended, long-term use. So, and then
Wow.
when you can't breathe or your body hurts, you're probably not moving around too much. So you're
Exactly.
not burning all those calories you're taking in. So most of us gain weight. So that's something I'm doing now. The steroids actually caused me to develop what's called avascular necrosis, which is my right
Wow.
hip bone. You know what that is?
Mm-mm.
Necrosis is bad because that's how, necrosis means death. But avascular means the blood's not getting blood. So the lack of blood is causing the bone to die, which is sometimes an outcome of the long-term steroid use.
Oh
So
my God.
I'm 35 and I'm looking at getting a hip replacement soon.
Wow.
You're what? 35.
Yeah,
And you're
Frugal
getting ready to get a
yeah,
hip replacement.
Frugal Mama said it
yes,
sounds like
ma'am.
MS. How is this different?
Yeah, it
Thank you,
does.
Frugal. It really does.
My son just said that to me the other
Yeah,
day. Yeah.
yeah, I did. I often tell people when they ask me what's wrong with me, I say I have neurosarcoidosis. It's a lot like MS, and if you just look at it on an MRI, you would think it was MS. Um, the only difference I know is they had to do a biopsy of one of my lymph nodes to distinguish the difference because they didn't know if it was neurosarcoidosis or MS. But they're very much the same, but very different at the same time because a lot of the medications used to treat MS will not work on a neurosarcoidosis patient, and vice versa. It would make them worse. So it's important to distinguish and get that biopsy to know if it's actually sarcoidosis or MS.
Right.
Then we have our bishop just said rheumatoid arthritis is the same problem.
Yeah, I have the
That's an
rheumatoid
inflammatory
arthritis.
disease.
That's the what?
That's
That's
an
an inflammatory
inflammatory
disease.
disease.
Yeah. So I have that.
Same
And
thing.
then, yeah.
Mhm.
Wow.
It's
So
in the
that's what we
same
talked
group.
about.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Unbelievable.
before we get off, I did want to say this. My brother's oldest daughter, she passed from sarcoids about 4 years ago. It attacked her
Sorry.
heart and her eyes. She was totally
Mm,
blind in her left eye, and it just really messed her heart up. But that was the first time I had ever heard of sarcoids was when she had it.
Wow.
And when she had it, they didn't really know a lot of as much as they do now. They don't know that much. They didn't know that much about it because this was back in the 90s when she was
mhm.
diagnosed with it, like 91, 92, and
Unreal.
Yeah.
it it um
Wow.
it's a lot to deal with.
It is.
Our documentary is actually dedicated to Emma Carroll's daughter. Emma Carroll is the founder of Janine Sarcoidosis Outreach Foundation. Janine, and she died at the age of 32. Um, I think it was only a matter of days after she finally got her proper diagnosis of sarcoidosis that she passed away, and it was in the early 90s as well.
Wow.
Hmm.
Can sarcoidosis be fought with diet?
You can eat certain things in there's an anti-inflammatory diet. It could help, and then to limit things like sugars and alcohol and other inflammatory foods, it could help. But depending on how severe your case is, you're probably going to be stuck with a medication if you're chronic, if you have chronic sarcoidosis.
Yeah. Archbishop, are you a nurse? Just put it in the chat. Just asking a question because you putting a lot of stuff up here.
I thought our bishop is a professional DJ. I know for a fact.
She said no.
Oh, okay.
Right, she's a professional DJ. But she is a professional DJ because she does travel.
Okay.
Mhm. Wow, this is an
We're looking
amazing.
for a DJ for the after party. Where is she located?
Archbishop, this is a job. She's in Cali.
Los Angeles?
Yeah.
Y'all communicate.
Girl.
Archbishop, put your information in there and connect with this sister, would you please?
Yep.
Yeah, because we're
She
looking
say
for a
she
DJ
just
for the after
knows her
party.
disease. Oh, she got rheumatoid arthritis. Okay.
And she spin her butt off.
Yes, I need your
Party.
info. Make sure I get her info.
And I'll connect you to Andrina. I'll send you her.
Thank you.
I'll do that. Y'all need to connect, definitely.
She said she ain't no nurse. She just know her disease.
Yeah.
And she's in Los Angeles.
That's what's up. I think this was divine right here because I was looking
Yes,
for a DJ.
we need this information out here. People need to know.
Hey,
A lot of people ain't never heard
you
of this
in my
until
element.
Bernie Mac passed by sarcoidosis. Nobody ever heard of it.
Yeah. And actually, the Bernie Mac Foundation will be attending the premiere in LA also.
Cool.
And his wife is in the
awesome.
documentary. Yeah.
You said his wife's going to
Definitely.
be there
I
too,
figured
right?
they should be involved.
Yeah.
Yeah. They'll be there. And the wife was we actually went out to Chicago to interview her last year. So she's in the film as well too.
If you come back out here, you let me know.
I will.
Now that Alicia
It's
knows
only
me,
an
you
hour
make
flight
sure-
from you.
Yeah, I know. Where you at?
Kentucky.
Louisville, Kentucky.
Oh,
Me and Lee
okay.
need to come and visit so I can go fishing.
Oh,
Kentucky
the fish
Lake
over there
is a
by-
bass
I
master
always-
championship
I
lake.
did
I
fish
love
by the
Kentucky.
distillery. I fished with my dad and my uncle by the distillery, and they had to walk across a log to get from one side of the river to the other. And my daddy walked across there with all his stuff in his hand, and my uncle was so drunk he had to sit down and scoot across the log. but
He
but
was
called
smart
my
though. He
daddy-
didn't fall in.
Wait, but he called my daddy a dope fiend, and my dad, because he smoked weed. My uncle drank a lot, so it was like no. But my father walked across that thing with all that stuff in his hand, and it was funny. But the fish were drunk anyway because they was over by the Louisville distillery. They let all that stuff out into the water.
You gotta get your
So the
bourbon.
fish, yeah, the fish be drunk. They
Yeah,
showed you
Kentucky
have to go somewhere
bourbon.
else.
That's
Them
all
that-
my
them-
uncle used to drink.
Yeah.
Them darn
Andrina.
fish be drunk as a light.
Old granddad, 110 pounds. That's what and not 110 proof. He called it 110 pounds. That's all I drink is 110 pound granddad. And he drink it on the rocks. We used to call him Shaker because he had that glass with that ice and that Jack Daniels. I mean, and that granddad, and he just be shaking it. And all you hear is that ice. Shing, ling, 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 the whole time he drink it. Yep.
Yeah.
I have a question for you, Andrina. I was listening at your live the other night, and you made a comment about wine. So is wine not a good thing?
Alcohol is an inflammatory thing, and it's not good if you have avascular necrosis because it disrupts your blood flow.
Okay.
It's not.
I ain't
I'm
saying
gonna
I
be honest
ain't
with
never
you.
gonna drink.
I'm gonna tell you straight out.
I gotta have
If
my
you
wine.
have an issue like that, an inflammation issue, you shouldn't be drinking no alcohol. Be totally honest with you. Alcohol brings on inflammation,
It does.
regardless
But
if
it's
you
so
got a necrotosis or whatever it is. She said, regardless if you got it or not, but you got a sarcoidosis. You shouldn't be drinking no
good.
alcohol.
Yeah, so that means no more alcohol. Just call me and I'll send you some
Oh,
gummies.
goodness.
I asked my doctor. I'm telling you, they don't know because I asked her. She said to me, alcohol is a no-no, but wine is okay. So
Weed don't make you swell up at all. Unless you get the munchies and go in the kitchen and be eating stuff.
Yeah.
Listen to me, sweetie.
Hey,
Alcohol-
Chef Tracy.
I don't care how you look at it. Alcohol is alcohol.
okay.
It is an inflammatory substance. It creates inflammation in your body. All of it, including the wine. Especially if you're buying wine and it has sulfites in it. You definitely ain't doing nothing but harming yourself even more so. You have to get an actual organic, natural wine without sulfites.
Okay.
The sulfites is what's killing you. Yep.
Okay, let me see if I can find some wine.
Hey, that's the vegan. That's the vegan lady.
I'll go to Whole Foods.
Yep, Whole Foods.
Okay.
And just
And another place that'll have it is Aldi's. Aldi sells a lot of organic wine.
Check that out.
Now, I don't know if it got sulfates or not because I'm really not a big wine drinker. So I don't know. I prefer to use shrubbery. And shrubbery, the only way it make you swell is if you go in the kitchen and eat a big old bowl of Captain Crunch or something.
I really hope Kentucky passes the medicinal law this year, because right now it's not legal.
Our bishop, I see you. She said no alcohol.
It's not even decriminalized.
Well, it doesn't look like you're selling, and I think if you have under an ounce, I don't think that.
Yeah, and that's how it is here. If you have 28 grams or less, then it's not considered an offense to be locked up for. Okay. So unless you're under the influence and behind the wheel driving, they give you like a SUI, smoking while driving. You know, it ain't a drinking and driving, but you're still intoxicated while driving. So other than that, you can carry up to 28 grams here in Georgia and don't go to jail. The worst thing can happen is they give you a ticket.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I don't want to ticket. I work as
of a judge. That's the worst thing that can happen. They give you a ticket and you run into an asshole of a judge. Okay. So
well, that's why I've been telling everybody, you better vote locally before you think about even voting for the presidency. You better take care of around you in your state. That's the most important elections because it's concerning you. That's where you live. It's laws that the government can't implement in certain states because they don't allow. So you better know where you're living and your laws of your state.
Yeah, because when Obama made they call it Obamacare, but the Affordable Care Act, I was living in Texas at the time, and Texas did not extend Medicaid. So I got because I was not able to get the medical attention that I needed. So, there are several states that did not extend Medicaid. So, and then different states run their medical systems different. We were talking about that just the other day, about how different it is in North Carolina versus where I'm at. Like, they don't even provide referrals for her.
Right.
In her state. That's just,
it
was like that in Texas as well.
Lisa, why don't y'all? We're in the middle of moving. Lisa, why don't y'all move down here? I was like, the doctors down there, they really don't care about the people. They're horrible.
So, Andrina and I were talking, and she was telling me to check out the schools. So in Raleigh-Durham area, it's good there. So I'm going to check out the schools, the colleges there, the teaching colleges, and see what they offer.
Yep. And when you go there and then you have to see the doctor, I'll call my cousin Tony and she'll let you stay with her. I already know because she already talking about why you ain't bring your girlfriend with you. Because then I had to drive back and then drive to Georgia.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she want to meet you. And that's where she stays in the Triangle, the Raleigh-Durham area.
Yeah. And the doctors here,
Chicago.
They're
They
very.
have what?
What was that?
I just wanted to let you
got
know,
all
like,
kind of
if you're in Chicago and you have sarcoidosis, contact the Bernie Mac Foundation. They're based there. There's a hospital that will treat sarcoidosis patients for free if they're unable to pay.
The
Do like a
University of
sliding scale.
Chicago. That's where my niece was going. The University of
Okay.
Chicago. They treat them free.
Awesome.
You don't have no problem getting no disability or no Medicaid or Medicare, whichever, people are trying to get. And there's no charge for none of that. That's why I say I don't. It's here in I know in Tennessee, doctors are bad. They almost killed my brother. They had him on 2 blood thinners at the same time. When he got here and the doctor saw his list of medications, he wanted to know who the doctors were that prescribed him 2 blood thinners at the same time. So these doctors down south, I don't know if it's just racially biased, but me and T have a friend named Jackie Dawson, and she had a rare disease. I can't remember what the name of it is. I ain't gonna lie and try to put something out there, but it was a specialist in Mississippi that's all he did. He refused to take her as a patient. And she had good insurance. She wasn't on Medicaid or nothing. She had top flight insurance. She had military insurance, and he refused to take.
Well, he couldn't build.
He told her,
He
and
couldn't
women,
build that.
she went to him one time, and he told her that he couldn't take any more patients because he had too many. So she waited a couple of months because he was the top flight person for that particular disease. And the doctor told her when she came back, "Didn't I tell you I couldn't see you?"
Wow.
I was like, wow. I was like, you should have turned this behind in. I was like, because that sounds, a little sketchy to me. And so she ended up going to Texas. Her daughter came and got her and took her to Texas to get her treated. And that don't make no sense.
I found the treatment she needed there. I don't think I'll move back to Texas because I was not happy with the medical system in that state. I hope she found what she needed, though.
Well, I know her daughter works at Baylor University, so I don't know if she.
Okay, that's the one to go to, but you have to wait like a year to get in there.
Well, I guess because she works at the university, then they got her in quick. Or I don't know if it was because how bad a shape she was in, because she couldn't even walk when they took her. They had to actually brought her in on a stretcher.
Wow.
Look, hey Donna, good morning, Donna Marie Turner. Good morning, Chef Tracy. Our bishop said, I can't wait to retire so I can herb the disease to death. She must have a drug test, so she can't do it right now. She said, no alcohol. Same here in Cali, Church. She said, to all, remember, stress is very dangerous. Don't stress. Problems will eventually take care of themselves. Don't kill yourself needlessly. She said, have you heard of Mark Cuban's pharmacy? Meds at the fraction of the cost. Yes. Mark Cuban, one of the richest men in the world, who owns
the Dallas Mavericks. Dallas Mavericks, the basketball team.
I knew it was Dallas something. Well, Mark Cuban also on what is it? Shark Tank. Mark Cuban has a pharmacy that he opened for people because he know the country is bilking people and screwing them inside out without a kiss. And he know that these prices are ridiculous for people to try to pay. Even Canada. But Mark Cuban opened a pharmacy, and it's the fraction of a cost. And yes, I have seen it. Thank you, Archbishop, for bringing that up again. Okay. Yes, definitely.
And check this out. I got a friend that's here in Georgia. He's an older guy. He's on dialysis. Now, Elder's been on dialysis for about 3 or 4 years. And they tell him not to drink alkaline water. I was like, what? What is he supposed to drink? And what it is, they don't want them to drink alkaline water because then they won't have to be
I
on
think
that
there's
machine.
sodium in it. I think there's sodium in it because my dad has cancer in his kidneys, and he has to make sure that the water he drinks doesn't have that much sodium. He likes the
I've never
Aquafina.
heard of alkaline water containing sodium. Does it, T? T got a Kagan.
Right now.
She's got a Kagan machine that cleans the water and puts the alkalinity in it. And even natural alkaline water like Eternal and what's the one from Hawaii?
From Hawaii?
Yeah,
Fiji.
the water, Fiji water. These are some of the best waters that you could drink, and it's alkaline. And I don't think they have any salt content in them whatsoever.
Yeah,
But
even
I
spring
don't
water.
know.
Some people like thyroid issues can't drink. It's the filtering. They just have to have just the diluted water.
I mean, if
It's too
they, how do you dilute water? See, I think that's
well,
BS.
because there's sodium in water. Most water has some sodium in it.
But it's I don't know. Make your lemon water your own alkaline water. That's what Chef Tracy said. So you make it electric when you put that water in it.
You put the lemon in it?
No, it has no. It doesn't say. It says it's an inorganic, transparent, tasteless, odorless, and nearly colorless chemical substance, which is the main constituent of Earth's hydrosphere. No, it is. It drink origin of water. Most water is sodium. Water with sodium normally is that water that is what they call it, distilled and stuff.
Yep.
That has
What's
sodium.
the name of the other water that they clean? Purified. Purified water has salt in it
anyway,
because that's how they soften it with salt.
Okay.
All of the water in Florida is horrible. If Busy Mama was still on here, she'll tell y'all the water in Florida is so hard. If you don't have a water softener system on your house where you add the rock salt in there, when you go to wash your clothes, the water is so hard that the phosphates in the soap won't even break down to clean your clothes. That's how hard the water is.
Wow.
It is horrible.
That's
when you take a shower with it and wash your hair, it dries it out. It strips it. That stuff is horrible.
I will say this, and I got to go because I got to get back to training. I will say this, like Archbishop said, distilled water does. I will say the alkaline water in the store might have sodium in it because I don't know how it's processed.
Right.
And so Kangen water does not have sodium, from my understanding. But I'm going to dig deeper into it, and I will have an answer for you guys.
Well, next Friday, T, why don't we do a show on water?
Right, and then I'll tell you this
be interesting.
to Tracy Carruthers. She said, make your lemon water your own alkaline water. True. You can do lemon, but if you're using water from the sink, you still run the risk of having high sodium content no matter what lemon you use in it.
And
sodium,
fluoride.
even with the lemon in it, it will not cut the complete sodium out of it. So even then, her friend would have to be careful, or her dad would have to be careful with that type of water, even using a lemon, because you don't know what the other parts, the chemical compilation of the other water is. And we're bringing that up. I will definitely make sure I bring on something Friday. We're going to talk about Kangen water on Friday. That'll be a great show.
Yep.
Everybody, God bless. Thank you so much, Andrina, for coming on the board. Thank you, Alicia, for bringing us up into enlightenment with this. I have to go back to training. I am working, and I was on a break because they had to have their lunch. So I'll see you guys another time. Thanks, everybody. God
Close
bless
it
you
out,
all.
T.
Thank you for joining us. Huh?
Close us out. It's it's an hour and 14 minutes.
Okay. Well, okay. Back. Somebody out there needs your smile. Somebody needs to hear some kind words from you. Somebody might need a sandwich, a prayer, or a few dollars. If it's on your spirit, to let go of something and give it, by all means, let it go, so that you are opening yourself up to receive much more than what you letting go. And remember this, God loves you. I love you. You need to learn to love yourself. We all need to learn to love ourselves a whole hell of a lot better, so that we can learn to love each other. And I will be telling you this: love, peace, soul, and hair grease. And if your scalp is itching, please wash it before you condition. And that's it. God bless y'all. We'll see y'all tomorrow, bright and early, 7 a.m. Central Standard Time, right here on what? In My Element with Neil. Go to YouTube and subscribe. Hit the thumbs up for like, and join us every day, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. Peace, everybody. God bless. Go.